What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 268. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, guys, I've been away for a week. I've been on vacation. I know it may not seem that way because I had videos dropping pretty much every day. But I haven't recorded anything for like 8 days now. So I'm kind of out of the rhythm, out of the habit. So hopefully this goes well, but it may potentially not go very well. But one thing's for sure, there was a ton of news that was dropping while I was on vacation. I was trying to update my Physical Media Report Instagram page as the week progressed when I got time. Just relaxing, chilling on the beach. I'm posting new physical media announcements, guys. That's how I do it. But we're back. We're here to talk about them today. And look, guys, before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. Also, comment down below, guys, of everything that we get into. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? What gets those juices flowing the most? Let me know in the comment section below. And then be sure to like the video. I would appreciate that as well. And let me blow this up a little bit. I am, of course, on my Instagram page, the Physical Media Report. The link is down below. So I think I have Mid-Level Media, my main Instagram page, which you can follow that as well. I do recommend following that. I just take nice pictures of new physical media releases and some old physical media releases as well. You'll enjoy the follow on that account. I kind of keep you guys up to date on what I'm watching and things like that. But also follow the Physical Media Report if you want to stay in the loop with all the news bits that are dropping throughout the week, new 4Ks, new Blu-rays. I try to update you all on all that as well. So both of those accounts are linked down below. If you want to follow those, please feel free to do so. Or you can just wait until I do the Physical Media Report because I update you guys anyway. But all right, let's get into it, guys. Let's just start with Coneheads. This is going to be all over the place. I don't know if I'm going to announce, like, when I talk about a rumor, I'm going to say, okay, this is a rumor, but I don't know if I can like break it up anymore because it gets too hard because I'm posting this stuff like randomly throughout the week. It's like, okay, this is a rumor, and I got to keep going back and forth. So I'm going to try to just kind of go straight down the line and just point out, like, okay, this is rumored, this is not rumored, and we're just going to kind of do it that way. But I do want to talk about Coneheads first because that's the newest one. I just posted that after I did the new release post. So I'm going to get into this one first. But Coneheads got an official announcement from Kino Lorber. This is coming out August the 19th. This isn't really like news like we've known about Coneheads. I think they dropped this announcement like a year ago. And then I talked about it again, like the actual release date. But we have the actual like 4K cover art, like what the actual release is going to look like. So I felt it was worth covering again. But Coneheads is coming to 4K UHD from Kino Lorber on August the 19th. And you can see below for the details on disc one, we got a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35 millimeter original camera negative. Audio commentary, guys. And I think this is a new audio commentary with director Steve Barron and film historian Michael Felcher, which is awesome. Michael Felcher is awesome. He's done so many special features. I would love to see what he has to say about Coneheads. You got 5.1 surround and lossless 2.0. This is triple layered UHD 100 disc. Oh my goodness, guys, it's on 100 gigabyte disc. Disc 2 Blu-ray, you got a brand new HD master from a 4K scan, the original 35 millimeter camera negative. You got the audio commentary. You got consuming mass quantities, an interview with actress Michelle Burke, who plays the daughter in these movies. And I do think that is a new interview. That's not on the Blu-ray release I have of Coneheads that Paramount released a few years ago. So I believe that's new. And then you got a Garthok Narfold, Narfold the Garflag, a Garthak Narfold, an interview with Monster creator Phil Tippett. So that's pretty awesome as well. So you got what looks to be two brand new special features here, brand new interviews, and a new audio commentary. So that's actually pretty freaking awesome. Something I was not sure if they were going to do new special features for this one because they didn't do any for like Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. At least I don't think. Happy Gilmore hasn't been officially announced, so that's still possible. But it doesn't seem like they've been doing a ton of new features for like their comedies and stuff. So this is actually pretty cool. Then you've got vintage EPK extended vintage interview clips of Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Michelle Burke, Lorne Michaels, and Steve Barron. Behind the scenes footage, theatrical trailer, TV spots, 5.1 surround, and all that stuff, guys. It's on a 50 gigabyte disc. So very cool. You got the 4K, you got the Blu-ray here, you got a new audio commentary, you got new features. This thing comes out on August the 19th, and I am super excited to upgrade Coneheads to 4K. One of my all-time, it's at least like top 3 SNL movies for sure. I think I love Coneheads. It's such a classic movie. But let me know what you think about Coneheads in 4K in the comment section below. So let me go down to the bottom. Let's start at the beginning, guys. Now that we got Coneheads out of the way. So this dropped like right after I got done filming last week, but we're getting another Late Night with the Devil 4K edition. Now, I will say this is the first 4K edition of Late Night with the Devil in the States. Because I think the steelbook they did last year of this was a Blu-ray. And I can't remember if they did a like just regular Blu-ray edition. I think that they did. But I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is a 4K steelbook that is coming out in the States of Late Night with the Devil. It's releasing from Decal Releasing, and it's coming out on August the 5th. So if you don't have the umbrella version, if you don't have the second sight version, like this may be the option for you. If you've been holding out for that 4K, you're going to get it. Now, we don't have a standard 4K edition announced as of this time. Hopefully we get that at some point. I don't love it when you only release the 4K in steelbook form, but that seems to be the way a lot of companies are going now. I wouldn't be surprised if Decal started a website called Decal Limited or something like that, where they're releasing all these Shudder movies on steelbooks. It's just the way it's going. I don't know what else to say other than that. That's just the trend, guys. But Late Night with the Devil, cool steelbook. I love the movie. But I mean, I've already got the 4K second sight. I've got the umbrella version. I don't need another version of Late Night with the Devil, even though I do really love the movie. But let me know if you're excited about this in the comment section below. Oh, I think I got a more up close image right there. Yeah, this is definitely a cool steelbook. I do like the steelbook. All right, now let's scroll over and look, guys, we got some pretty big announcements from Lionsgate Limited, or at least this one. You know, you're what you consider big and not big, you know, could vary for sure from person to person. But I do think that Frailty is a pretty significant announcement from Lionsgate Limited. So, of course, this is going to be exclusive on the Lionsgate Limited website. Frailty will be receiving the 4K UHD Steelbook treatment from Lionsgate on July the 15th. Exclusive, and the pre-order is available now. But this thing, guys, like Lionsgate, look, I get it with the pricing. This thing's going for $39.99, and with shipping, you're going to pay close to $50 to get this thing. Completely understand people that are reluctant, people that don't like this. You know, it's much easier just to order this stuff off Amazon and get it for 35 bucks, and you get the free shipping and all that, which Lionsgate still has steelbooks that are exclusive to Amazon. They're still doing that, but they're also doing like their Lionsgate Limited stuff as well. So I mean, I get it. You know, like it's pretty much the same as like what Sony's doing, what Disney's doing. There's not a whole lot of difference, except when it comes to like the treatment that Lionsgate's giving these. They're not just shitting these out, okay, with no new special features and stuff like that. They're actually trying to make these feel premium and boutique, and that I can appreciate. If you're going to charge boutique prices, at least give it the boutique treatment. Don't just release like a lesser version on 4K like Disney's doing with Tombstone, where they cut out stuff. They take some of the cuts out. Like there's a whole director's cut of Tombstone, wasn't on the 4K. They took features that were on the past DVDs off the 4K, like, and they added nothing. At least like Lionsgate, and this is why I can appreciate it, at least they're adding stuff to their releases and the artwork. I mean, their original artwork, they commissioned the artwork that costs money to do to get the artists and stuff to come in. And this is pretty freaking incredible. I love the artwork for this release. I'm just going to kind of scroll through the image. This is without the slipcover. You got Bill Paxton with the two kids. The axe on the back that looks like it's in like a holy church mirror, which is freaking awesome. I love the interior artwork. I love the disc artwork. It's so freaking cool. And this is just the back right there, guys. If you want to kind of squint, you can see some of the special features, which we'll get into here in a second. But this thing's got brand new features. It's also got, if you all noticed, it's got a little booklet that I believe is supposed to be like the original unaltered script of Frailty. I could be wrong. I mean, I guess I could get into the details here. Frailty makes its 4K debut in chilling Dolby Vision. Oh, it's chilling Dolby Vision, guys. Includes a printed reproduction of director Bill Paxton's complete original shooting script with handwritten notes. Yes, because this is not only starring Bill Paxton. This movie is directed by Bill Paxton. It is written by Bill Paxton. He was really just kind of the brains behind this whole movie. So this has got a printed reproduction of the original shooting script, which is a cool thing to add in there, guys. And yes, I know this is $39.99, and Lionsgate was starting to lower their prices to like $34.99, but they're adding stuff here. Like they got booklets and things like that. Like they're really doing this up almost like it's an Arrow video like edition of Frailty. So again, I can respect that. Art by Justin Erickson, which is incredible artwork. American Gothic inspired portrait with stained glass imagery highlighting the film's unsettling story, featuring never before seen Lionsgate Limited extras, including more stories from Frailty set and establishing shot with David Blockner, along with numerous legacy special features. So you got Frailty in 4K featuring Dolby Vision, HDR, I'm assuming as well. Father figure establishing shot with David Blocker, more stories from the Frailty set, teaser trailer, theatrical trailer, legacy special features. So let me get into this, guys, real quick. Audio commentaries with director Bill Paxton and writer Brent Hanley. Production, audio commentary with editor Arnold Glassman, producer David Kirshner, and composer Brian Tyler. Anatomy of a Scene featurette, courtesy of Sundance Channel. The Making of Frailty featurette. So I think all these are archival featurettes that I'm going over right here. But you got deleted scenes, you got storyboards, photo galleries. I believe that it's not giving you the details on these special features, but I think Father Figure is an interview with Bill Paxton's son. I believe that's an interview with Bill Paxton's son. But yeah, you got the Father Figure establishing shot. Then you got more stories from the Frailty set. So you got at least three brand new special features in this, and then you got that like original shooting script as well. So they really did this one up nice. Again, I get it with the price. If you're not willing to pay it, it's it is what it is. It's only worth what you're willing to pay for it, right? And everybody's different. But I think it's pretty awesome. And at least like they're going to charge you, but at least they're adding value to these releases. So yeah, that's Frailty on 4K. And I didn't talk about the movie too much, but the movie Frailty is so freaking great. I love the movie. I saw it back when it came out. Like I've been watching this movie since I was pretty much a kid, 2001. So I think it's 2001. It's either 2000 or 2001. And I've always loved this movie. And yeah, very cool that this is finally getting that 4K treatment. I've talked about wanting this one coming to 4K for the longest time, it feels like. And it's finally here. All right, now let's talk about this one, guys. Coming from the Vestron video line, I think this is spine number 34. And Vestron is really like Lionsgate is really cranking these out now. I guess because they got the Lionsgate Limited up and running. They're trying to bring back the Vestron line and make it a part of the Lionsgate Limited, which in and of itself is a little controversial. And again, I get it because these things are going for $25 when they were going for like $13, $14 in like Best Buy and Walmart. But we've got Ghoulies Go to College, which is the third Ghoulies film. Now, we've already got Ghoulies 1 and Ghoulies 2. MVD Rewind actually released 4K versions of those, which are excellent. This is just a Blu-ray. And Vestron's never done 4K. I've heard that they may get into it at some point, so it's possible they could upgrade Ghoulies Goes to College to 4K, but I don't know if I see that happening anytime soon. But arriving on Blu-ray for the very first time, courtesy of Lionsgate as part of the Vestron video line, we have Ghoulies Go to College releasing on July the 15th. See below for full details. Number 34 of the Vestron Video Collector Series, the Ghoulies terrorize a college campus with demented and hilarious pranks in their Blu-ray debut. Ralph Cross's cover art and Jim Warren's sleeve art capture the laughs, lunacy, and mayhem synonymous with the unhinged toilet-dwelling monsters. Special features include interviews, international trailers, and a still gallery. So yeah, you got the regular Blu-ray underneath. Let's see what we got here in terms of special features. You got an audio commentary with film historians TJ Bowser and Paul Ashford and Project Louder. Mr. Carter Goes to College, Ghoulies and Gags behind the screenplay of Ghoulies Go to College, Out of the Bowl, Making of the Monsters of Ghoulies Go to College. So I imagine that most of these are new special features and definitely a new audio commentary there. I could be wrong, but I think all of these are new. And I think that Ghoulies Go to College was the first Ghoulies film that I ever saw because I remembered very little from, I remember watching the Ghoulies movies, but I remember very little from 1 and 2. I feel like Ghoulies Go to College is the one that I used to rent from the video store and the one that I probably watched the most when I was a kid. So I'm definitely excited to get this one on Blu-ray for the first time, check it out for the first time in a long time. But yeah, this is going for $24.99 currently to pre-order on the Lionsgate Limited website. And let's go over to the next announcement, guys. We got the Surfer. Not as exciting of announcement because this is more of a new movie that's come out. And I haven't heard the best things about this film, but it's a new Nicolas Cage movie. And Lionsgate is releasing a steelbook of this exclusive to their Lionsgate Limited website. And this is going to be coming out on July the 15th as well. This is available to pre-order, and I think the price point for this one is $34.99. And this is in 4K featuring Dolby Vision. You got an audio commentary here. Then you got Through a Wave Darkly making the Surfer, and then you got theatrical trailer. So really cool looking steelbook, though. I mean, the steelbook's awesome looking, but again, I haven't heard the best things about this film, but I do really like the artwork and the design of this one for sure. And I'll definitely check it out and give my thoughts when I get it in from Lionsgate. All right, let's talk about Final Destination Bloodlines. The Final Destination Bloodlines 4K and Blu-ray release was announced by Warner Brothers, and this is supposed to be coming out on July the 22nd. So, speaking of adding value to the releases, I mean, Warner Brothers, they do a good job with these newer releases, adding a lot of special features and stuff, which I appreciate. You got Final Destination Bloodlines, digital 4K UHD and Blu-ray contain the following special features. Death Become Them on the set of Final Destination Bloodlines featurette. So you got a on the set feature. You got catch up with the fresh new cast and dynamic directing duo of Final Destination Bloodlines to hear about their experience on set and what fun surprises they managed to sneak in for the fans. The Many Deaths of Bloodlines featurette. You got the From the Collapse of Skyview Restaurant from the World's Worst MRI. Get a behind the scenes glimpse of the most gruesome Final Destination deaths yet. The Legacy of Bloodworth featurette. Tony Todd reflects on the decade-spanning legacy of his iconic character and re-examines Bloodworth's impact on the franchise now that it's been revealed. So that's awesome. They got Tony Todd to do a feature there before he unfortunately passed away. And then you got a director's commentary here. So that's pretty damn cool. And I saw this in theaters, guys. I really enjoyed Final Destination Bloodlines. I think it's probably, I don't know if I'd say top three. I think the first three I liked more than Bloodlines, but it's definitely better than 4 and 5. And the opening of it is really freaking awesome. So yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines comes out on July the 22nd. Let me know if you're excited for that. If you saw it in theaters, did you like it? In the comments section below. And let's get into this movie. I'm excited to watch this one. Friendship is releasing from A24 exclusively on their website. And this again, we talked about Lionsgate doing a Lionsgate Limited. A24 is kind of doing the same thing. Only theirs is a little bit better, which we'll talk about here in a second. But Friendship is exclusive on the A24 shop website right now to order. This is a Blu-ray edition, but they're doing their own stuff now, guys. I haven't seen Lionsgate like do an A24 film, at least a high-profile A24 film, in quite some time. Like they've really been ramping this up, and pretty much everything that A24 is putting out now, physical media wise, is being done by them. Again, I haven't seen Lionsgate handle a lot of their stuff. So, which again, it makes it more expensive than it was because I used to be able to get I used to be able to get A24 Blu-rays with a slipcover and like Target for like 14, 15 bucks. But Target doesn't even sell physical media anymore. So like this is just what we have to deal with now in 2025. But Friendship's getting a Blu-ray release. I've heard some great things about this movie, and it's supposed to be shipping in August. So A24, they don't usually have like release dates. But it's supposed to be shipping sometime in August for this. And this thing's got some special features to dig into and all that kind of stuff, and some really cool packaging. And it's available on the A24 shop website. Now, the only good thing about the A24 releases that I'll say is, unlike Lionsgate Limited, yes, they start out exclusive to their website, but they eventually do go to Amazon. They're the same price. Like this will be $29.99 on Amazon, but they eventually go to Amazon. You can get them off of Amazon, so you don't have to pay those shipping costs. If you got Amazon Prime, you can just get it off Amazon. Now, it's not on Amazon yet, but I think it will be because most of their stuff has gone to Amazon and also Barnes and Noble. And I've seen these in Walmart too. And I think on the Walmart website, you can probably order some of these as well. So at least, A24 makes these more widely available for people that don't just want to shop on their A24 shop website. But yeah, Friendship, that's coming out sometime in August. You can pre-order it now. Let me give you another look here because I forgot to scroll over. But yeah, this thing's got art cards in it. It's a little digipack release. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty. You got a frog on the disc, guys. Next up, we've got The Little Things, which was this an HBO Max release back in the day? I remember watching it on HBO Max. I think this came out during the COVID, thing with Warner Brothers releasing all their stuff like exclusive to HBO Max, but also in the theaters. Or not exclusive, but simultaneously they would release it in the theaters and they would also release it on HBO Max. I think this was one of those movies that was in the theaters, but it was on streaming as well. And I checked it out the weekend it came out. It's an okay movie. It's an okay thriller. That's all I'll say. Like the cast, like you would expect a lot better. You got Remy Malek, Denzel Washington, Jared Leto. Say what you want about Jared Leto, but like he can definitely do like dark, twisted material very well. Like if done right, like if he has the right, material. Um, but this just wasn't it. At least not for me. But Warner Bros. Is doing a 4K of this because it only had a Blu-ray before, and it's supposed to be coming out on July the 8th. And this will include HDR. Not saying anything about Dolby Vision, but it'll include HDR for the little things. So yeah, let me know if you're excited for that. If you were a fan of that movie, because it was pretty middling reviews across the board when that came out. I don't think anybody like really loved the movie. Next up, guys, this is pretty exciting. Okay, so Free Willy has had a Blu-ray before. Okay, it had one I think back in maybe 2014. It got a Blu-ray. It went out of print, and for a while now, this has been like the big Blu-ray to get and to sell on the secondhand markets. Like I've seen thrifting videos of people finding Free Willy and getting super excited because this thing on the secondhand market has been going for like $200. Now, who would pay $200 to get Free Willy on Blu-ray? I've got it on DVD. I'm good. I'm not going to pay $200 for a Blu-ray. I don't know. But Warner Brothers, I think, finally recognized this, and they are re-releasing Free Willy on Blu-ray, and it's supposed to be coming out on June the 24th. And yeah, this is again pretty significant because it was going for $150 to $200. And I think now on Amazon it's $19.99 if you want to pre-order this. So you don't have to worry about paying those big costs to get Free Willy on Blu-ray. You can order this off of Amazon, get it for $19.99. Now, what does this mean for a potential 4K? I think it's pretty much the same as with any studio and then putting out a Blu-ray. Like, I think if this sells well, like they'll probably say, "Oh, I guess people want Free Willy," and they'll probably do a 4K. So definitely keep that in mind when you go to purchase this. That maybe there's going to be a 4K along the lines, but also if you don't purchase this, maybe there won't be a 4K along somewhere down the line. So you always got to think about that. Again, this is physical media in 2024. Now, Warner Brothers usually isn't like that. Usually, if they want to do a 4K, they just do a 4K. But again, like this has been out of print for such a long time that I think they're just kind of gauging like people's interest level in the film and like would it be worth it to do a 4K of Free Willy. But yeah, guys, are you excited for Free Willy finally getting to get it on Blu-ray in your collection for a reasonable price? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, so let's talk about this. So this is more along the lines of rumor, but David Cronenberg's History of Violence is supposedly coming soon to 4K from the Criterion Collection. In a recent 4K screening of the film, they screened it at some festival or something. Criterion's name, and they screened it in 4K, but Criterion's name was credited for the restoration at the end of the showing. So that would lead people to believe that History of Violence will be coming to 4K and it'll be coming to 4K from the Criterion Collection, which is exciting. I mean, and Criterion's got quite a few of the Cronenberg films. They got quite a few. Now, I assumed that this one, because Eastern Promises got a 4K from Kino, I kind of assumed that this one would come from Kino at some point on 4K. But Criterion's cool as well. If they do it up and do some special features and all that kind of stuff, that would be awesome. But I love A History of Violence. I remember seeing this in the theaters back in the day, and I think it's a great film. I rewatched it probably like 4 years ago or something. It still holds up. It's still a great movie, and I'm excited to get this one in 4K because I don't think I have this one in the collection beyond DVD. I don't think I've got a Blu-ray or anything like that. So yeah, History of Violence. Again, just kind of a rumor, but very heavily indicated that we're getting this from Criterion because they did the restoration work before the actual 4K screening. All right, moving on. We got Clown in a Cornfield. A 4K steelbook of Clown in the Cornfield is available to pre-order now from RLJE Films, and no release date currently. So you can pre-order this on Amazon, but there is no current release date. And yeah, this is a 4K, guys. Clown in a Cornfield, based on the books that I think there's like 3 of them. I didn't see this movie. I heard okay things about it. I don't know if I'm going to get a steelbook of it for $40, but is that what it's going for? I think it's going for like 40 bucks, but maybe at some point I'll pick this one up if it goes on sale or something to check it out, but I'll probably check it out on streaming before I check it out anywhere. But let me know if you're excited for Clown in a Cornfield in the comment section below. All right, guys, we've got coming from Kino Lorber on August the 19th, Xanadu, starring Olivia Newton-John and Gene Kelly. And again, this is coming out on August the 19th. You got a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from 4K scan of the original 35 millimeter camera negative. You got a new audio commentary here by director Robert Greenwald. You got a new audio commentary here by filmmaker Jennifer Klimier and film historian Nathaniel Thompson. New audio commentary by film historians David Del Valle and Christoph Charles, and a new audio commentary by film historian Sam Deegan. So you got 4 brand new audio commentaries with this. Doesn't look like there's any new like interviews or special features, but you do have some past stuff, including a making of feature right there. Let's see. Making Xanadu, 1980 making of musical fantasy movie, newly mastered in 2K. Going back to Xanadu, 2009 documentary with cast and crew. So you got 2 documentaries there. You got a 1980 making of, and you got a 2009 making of. So that's pretty cool. And then you got 17 radio spots, 5 TV spots, theatrical trailer, all that stuff, guys. Original 4.0 stereo, 5.1 surround, and lossless 2.0. So you got plenty of audio options there as well. But yeah, looks like a pretty cool release. I've never seen Xanadu, so I don't know if this one's worth a 4K upgrade. I know it has a Blu-ray for like $5 right now currently, and I think it's on Groove. But yeah, let me know if you're excited for Xanadu in the comment section below. All right, let's move on to Final Destination. Again, we got a 6-film Blu-ray collection. This is coming out on July the 22nd as well from Warner Bros. And the pre-order is available right now for $37.96. So if you don't have any of the Final Destination movies on physical media, this is a good deal because essentially like you're getting the first 5 movies on Blu-ray for like 20 bucks. And then you're getting this, which I don't know what the Blu-ray is. The Blu-ray might be like $22. So you might really be getting the first 5 movies for like $15. And then you're getting the new one on Blu-ray as well. So this might be a pretty good deal if you haven't if you don't have any of these in the collection yet. And for those asking about a 6-film 4K collection, they haven't remastered the other 5 Final Destinations. None of those movies are in 4K yet. So I don't see a 4K collection just coming with Final Destination Bloodlines. I don't see them redoing all those just for the Bloodlines release. Now it's possible they'll do them in 4K at some point, but I think they'll do a separate release for those, a separate 4K release somewhere down the line for those, the first one, the second one, and then maybe after they do them all on 4K, maybe they'll do a 4K collection of those somewhere down the line. So yeah, just a Blu-ray collection of these movies. So let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. All right, next up, guys, let's get into some physical media woes. And this is a big one, guys. Even though we got one of the Dollars films already delayed, but this is a pretty significant delay. Arrow Video updated us that the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly 4K that they were supposed to be putting out in June has now been delayed until August the 11th. So I'm going to read this statement from Arrow right here. Due to some extended production delays, we've made the difficult decision to delay our upcoming UK release. We understand this will come as a disappointment to you all, but rest assured we are using this time to polish every detail and ensure the final entry in the Dollars trilogy receives the presentation it deserves, Team Arrow. So I don't know. This is a pretty significant delay. I mean, this is a 2-month delay pretty much because I think this is supposed to come out in mid-June. So I think it's more than just like production delays. Like I think that there was some kind of error they probably found. And look, guys, Arrow Video, they've had some issues this year. Like I'm not going to deny that. The Cell, people are still waiting on replacement discs of the Cell. Now I've heard some people get it. I've heard some people that have got them replaced, but it's still a very like quiet hush hush thing. And it's like some people are getting it, some people aren't, and people have reached out to Arrow Video. I know I put that link in videos before. So I don't know what's going on there. But Arrow Video's had some issues. So the way I always look at delays is I think that it's better to have a delay than to have the release come out and to have it be screwed up. and then people have to wait for disc replacement programs and things like that. So if there's something wrong with it and they need to fix it, I would rather than delay it, and I would rather wait a couple of months instead of getting it in and then it having an issue, and then I've got to wait like 3 or 4 months to get a disc replacement. Or in the case of the cell, like that was 5 months ago. Like, so who knows how long you would have to wait to get that disc replacement program in. So it sucks, but at the same time, it's like, I get it. You had issues, you recognize you had issues, and then you put out a statement that says we got to delay this. I've seen people get upset about this and all this stuff. But I mean, Arrow, look, they do a lot of great work. They really do. I think they have way more hits than they have misses. And, they had an issue with for a few dollars more because they had to delay that as well. Now they have to delay this. And I think that when it comes to these movies, they know how precious they are to some people. And it's like, we cannot release this with any kind of faults at all. Not that they say that they can release something that has faults, other titles, but I'm just saying with these, they know like people like want these to be perfect. They want them to be, especially this movie. Like this is the one that everybody holds up and everybody's waiting for. I'm sure there's people that just ordered this and didn't even bother with the first two. So it's disappointing for sure. But, I'm not gonna sit here and just shit on Arrow Video because 'cause they're delaying something. I always think it's good that you delay it, instead of release it and it be screwed up. But let me know again, if you're disappointed, like, I get it. I'm disappointed. Like, I was ready to watch this. Like, I just watched for a few dollars more, reviewed it on the channel. I was excited to get the good, the bad, the ugly in soon. But you know what? I've got the Kino 4K. If I wanna watch it, I might just do that. I might watch my Kino 4K to hold me over until I get the Arrow 4K in August. But yeah, guys, let me know. I think this is a very ambitious project for Arrow Video because all these releases got so much special features, and this one in particular has got multiple cuts that they remastered. They just didn't do the original cut in 4K. They did all the cuts in 4K. They did so much work to this release. Like this is going to be, if they get everything right, this is probably going to be the release of the year. So you have to remember that as well. And yeah, I mean, look, Second Sight, like how many times did Second Sight delay The Hitcher? Like that was delayed like 18,000 times. So I mean, this happens a lot from various labels, and it seems to happen the most from the labels that are kind of perfectionists. And I do think that Arrow Video is kind of perfectionist, even though they do let errors get through every now and then. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. And let's move on to the next bit of news. We got Krull coming to 4K, guys. Is that how you pronounce that? I've got a Mill Creek Blu-ray of Krull. I watched it a few years ago. It's to me, it was an okay sci-fi movie. I didn't love it, but maybe if I get the 4K, maybe I'll love it. Maybe I just needed an upgraded picture quality. But Sony Pictures is really diving deep with some of these 4K steelbooks and stuff. So with some of their movies, because like I said, they licensed this to Mill Creek before, and now they're doing the 4K steelbook themselves. And we'll talk about Sony again here in a second. But Sony Pictures Home Entertainment has officially announced in detail the 4K release of Krull. The fantasy film will arrive home on limited edition 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray Steelbook beginning September the 16th, 2025, featuring a new Dolby Vision 4K presentation restored from the original camera negative and approved by cinematographer Peter Shudzitsky. All right, so special features, you got a 4K UHD disc, you got the 4K with Dolby Vision as restored from the original camera negative, and yeah, Dolby Atmos, English 5.1, English 2-channel sound, and the Blu-ray disc, you got audio commentary here, you got behind the scenes commentary, and you got Journey to Krull featurette. So I don't think there's anything new here, but this is a pretty awesome steelbook. And I mean, if you're a fan of this, sci-fi fantasy film, I imagine you're excited. And again, Sony's digging deep. Like they're not just doing like the greatest hits. Like this is a pretty obscure like sci-fi fantasy film that came out in the 80s, and Sony's doing a nice 4K steelbook of this. So, it'll be $42, but you know what? If it came out from a boutique label, it would be the same. So it's just, again, it's just a matter of like what you're willing to pay for this stuff, guys. And this one will at least be available on Amazon. So let me know if you're excited about Krull in the comment section below. All right, guys. So we got the 40-year-old version. I found this on Blu-ray.com and the Blu-ray.com forums. Apparently, the 40-year-old version is set to get a 4K UHD from Universal Pictures this August. And that would be the 20th anniversary because I think the movie did come out in 2005 in August. And yeah, this is on Blu-ray.com. There's also like an actual like listing, an actual page for this as well on 4K. And for its 20th anniversary, the release is tentatively set for August. I'll post more info as it comes in. So yeah, Universal's putting this one out on 4K. I love A 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's one of my favorite comedies of the 2000s for sure. If not my favorite comedy of the 2000s, I love this film. I rewatched it so many times, and I cannot wait for Big Bags of Sands in 4K, guys. Let me know if you get that reference. All right, let's go over and talk about Night of the Living Dead. So this is another kind of 4K rumor, but not really 4K rumor because this is pretty much confirmed to be coming out. But Tom Savini recently announced at the Living Dead weekend, which was last weekend, I think, that he has finished a commentary for the upcoming Night of the Living Dead 1994K, and it's due out this October. And it's speculated, guys, that Sony is going to be the ones to do this, but there's no official announcement as of right now. But given the fact that we got Krull, a 4K steelbook of that, I'm sure that Sony will be doing Night of the Living Dead 4K steelbook, and that'll probably be the next 4K steelbook they would announce. They will announce, I would assume. And it's probably going to be coming out in October because we just got Krull that's coming out in September. So I think the next announcement we get from Sony as far as a 4K steelbook will probably be Night of the Living Dead 4K steelbook. And I've heard, guys, that this thing, it's going to have multiple cuts. It's going to have a never before seen director's cut, Tom Savini's director's cut on 4K. And it's going to have the original on 4K as well. And it's going to have quite a few like new special features on it as well. So they're really going to be doing this one up. And this is the remake to Night of the Living Dead from 1990, which honestly, guys, I haven't seen. I haven't seen the remake of Night of the Living Dead. This one just never, crossed my path growing up, and I never checked it out. But I do love the original, and I've heard, good things about this one. And I'm excited to watch it and watch both cuts because I hear both cuts are pretty like significantly different. Like there's just a bunch of extra footage that nobody has ever seen before, guys. Like this cut will be debuting on 4K with this edition. So definitely very cool news. And again, like Sony, they do a great job with their 4K. So like I'm sure this is going to look phenomenal on 4K. But let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. Next up, guys, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake came out this weekend. And we already got pre-orders up for the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the 4K Steelbook on Amazon currently. So yeah, no official release date, but this is going to be coming out from Universal Pictures. So we got the image of the 4K, we got the image of the 4K Steelbook, which looks pretty cool, very Game of Thrones, which it should, dragons and all that. So let me know if you're excited for How to Train Your Dragon. I'll put all the pre-orders down below, guys. I'll put this pre-order, but everything we talk about that has a pre-order on Amazon, I will link down below. I'll also link the Lionsgate Limited stuff. I will link the A24 stuff. Anything that I talked about that has a link to pre-order, I will link that down below, as I will link the deals that I talk about here in a second, and also what is new this week. I try to leave all that stuff to make it available in the comment section for you guys. All right, let's keep going. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to get through. Viavision and Imprints announced their new August releases, so I'm just going to get into this real quick. Point Break is getting a 4K release from them. Rain Man is getting a 4K release from them. Now that's coming out from Viavision, so that's pretty cool. And then Imprint Films plus Imprint Television is releasing a bunch of Hitchcock box sets that we'll get into in a second, and another one that's called The Cinema of Powell and Pressburger. So let's go into the details real quick. So Rain Man's going to be a limited edition 3D lenticular hard case plus booklet, and which that already has a release from MVD, I believe, on 4K, and Point Break has one from Shout Factory. But this is going to have a limited edition 3D lenticular hard case with art cards. If you want this with art cards, guys, you might want to get the Point Break edition. Then we've got this Hitchcock 9 set, which I'm not going to get into every film that's in here, but this is basically like Hitchcock movies from the 20s. Like I think from the silent era of Hitchcock, you got 9 of his films during that time. So it looks like you have The Ring, The Lodger, The Farmer's Wife, the ones I can read here, guys, Blackmail, and then you got I Am Alfred Hitchcock. So I don't, a lot of these movies, because they're like the early Hitchcock stuff, you don't really hear about these a lot. But it's cool that Imprint's doing this big box set. I know that the Hitchcock enthusiasts will probably be excited for this. because I'm sure a lot of these are first time the Blu-ray. Then you got Hitchcock, The Early Years, Volume 1. If this is the early years, what did we just go over? But I think this is the stuff he did from the early 30s. So you had the Skin Game, which I have seen the Skin Game, and the Skin Game is definitely not worth this box set for sure. That was a very okay movie. Rich and Strange. Then you have The Man Who Knew Too Much, which is definitely legendary. And then you got the 39 Steps, which is also a legendary Hitchcock movie, but that's all in a box set. So two Hitchcock box sets. Then you got the 39 Steps and The Lady Vanishes in a box set together. So I don't know exactly like what the difference between this is because the other one had the 39 Steps as well. Like, did he do two 39 Steps? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, you have these two movies in a box set. And then you have the Powell and Pressburger collection one, which includes Spy in Black, 49th Parallel, Colonel Blimp, Black Narcissus, Matter of Life and Death, and then you got Canterbury Tale. Is that what that's called? But yeah, guys, lots of stuff coming from Imprint. And then you got the Alfred Hitchcock Hour Season 1. So that's a Alfred Hitchcock show right there. So yeah, they're doing it up big with the Hitchcock stuff in August. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the Imprint and Viavision websites. Next up, we got Repossessed, which is a Exorcist spoof comedy. This is coming out on August the 19th from Kino Lorber on Blu-ray only, not a 4K. And there's a new audio commentary here for this one. So I don't think I've seen this one. I feel like maybe I've seen parts of it, but I don't think I've seen it all the way through for sure. But it is funny that they had Linda Blair come back and essentially play the same character again. All right, next up, we got Shelf Factory and Screen Factory announced a Larry Cohen box set, but it's none of the Larry Cohen films that you know. It is the Private Files of J. Edgar Hoover from 1977. You got Special Effects from 1984, and you got Wicked Stepmother from 1989. So all of these are new 2K scans. I believe maybe Special Effects is not a new 2K scan, but the Wicked Stepmother is, and Private Files of J. Edgar Hoover is. So, yeah, this is a nice little 3-pack, 3-movie box set release exclusive to the Screen Factory Shop Factory website. You get a poster with it as well. And yeah, you got a new The Most Feared Man, Scoring Private Eyes of J. Edgar Hoover, an interview with film music historian Daniel Schweger. Then on The Wicked Stepmother, you got a new which is which editing Wicked Stepmother, an interview with editor David Kern. So yeah, I mean, this thing's going for quite a bit. It's like $70. I get it. It's 3 movies, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of, extensive special features on this. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. All right. All right. We made it, guys. We made it through all the announcements. Let me go into the deals real quick and then we'll get into what is new this week. This is going to be an extra long edition of Physical Media Report today. My goodness. But as far as the deals, guys, I got the newest deals for 4K. We got Days of Thunder for $14.96. Again, I'll link all these down below. Secrets of Dumbledore is $14.99. Smile 2 is $19.96. Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind is $12.99. Blues Brothers is $12.99. Let's see, Coraline 4K Steelbook is $19.96. Mutant Mayhem Turtles is on 4K is $17.53. Link on 4K from Kino Lorber is $19.87. Mother on 4K is $13.96. Trap on 4K is $19.14. News of the World, which is actually a really good kind of modern Western with Tom Hanks, is $12.99. The Fablemans is $13.99. You also got Raya and the Last Dragon for $14.35. Beverly Hills Cop on 4K, which I actually still need, that is $17.53. I maybe need to get that. Talk of the Town on 4K from Sony is $17.49. That's the lowest I've seen that. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot from Kino Lorber on 4K is $17.48. The Hitcher on 4K is $20.99. Glass on 4K is $12.99. Twister on 4K is $17.85. Quiet Place Day One is $24.36 for the 4K Steelbook. The Wailing on 4K is $13.63. Fast 9 or Fast X is $13.99. Let's see. Lost Boys is $13.59. Singing in the Rain is $13.75. So yeah, guys, I'll link as much of this stuff as I can as I see in the description below. So even the stuff I don't mention, like the Mule on 4K is $12.99. I will leave down below in the description. let's jump into Groove real quick, see what they got going. There is a James Bond deals going right now, guys. Now, honestly, I mean, the Blu-ray box set's a pretty good deal, but I think they're going to be re-releasing a lot of this stuff in 4K. So I don't know if I'd jump into Blu-ray if you want these movies on 4K. And we do have a Father's Day 2 for 22 sale that I've been promoting and talking about as well. A lot of good titles on here. It's the same old titles, but I mean, 2 for 22. Like, if you don't have any of these, like these are 4Ks for 11 bucks, essentially. All right, let's get back to what is new this week. Not a ton coming out this week, but there's some good stuff. A lot of steel books, guys. A lot of steel books. This is the era of steel books that we're in right now. But we have Jaws, the 50th anniversary edition coming out this week, which I already have my 4K steelbook of that. Very excited to. I just got back from the beach. I'm excited to watch Jaws again in 4K. Like, I watch that pretty much every year. And then there's a new documentary, which I'm super excited to dig into that as well. But yeah, you get a 4K steelbook, but you also have a regular 4K version as well. Nothing new like to the transfer or anything like that. It was a perfect, 4K, so it doesn't need any work anyway. But you just have that new documentary that is new to this release. Jaws 50th anniversary 4K Steelbook Universal, $34.99 or $29.99 on Groove, and also a standard 4K is $24.99 as well. I will also point out, guys, that the new documentary I think is going to be on streaming, and I think it's going to be on Hulu. I think Hulu's going to have it. So again, like, if you don't want to rebuy the Steelbook, I get it. There's people that don't want to rebuy the same old shit over and over again. I get it. Maybe just wait till it comes to streaming. Like, you can see it at some point. You don't have to get the physical release to get it. So I did want to point that out as well. It will be coming to streaming. All of Me on Blu-ray, Vestron Video, on the Lionsgate Limited website is $24.99, and that's coming out this week. Way of the Gun 4K Steelbook's coming out from Lionsgate Limited for $34.99. Deep Star 6 is coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $33.49. Jurassic Park and Jurassic World are getting 4K trilogy steelbooks that have new HDR and Dolby Vision grades on them. So if you don't, the originals didn't have that originally. So if you want that, you may want to get those steelbooks. And those are both going for $59.99. Sabrina on 4K from Kino Lorber is $26.99. Midnight on Blu-ray from Criterion Collection is $27.99. Murder, She Wrote, guys, is getting a complete series Blu-ray box set, which is pretty damn huge because there's a lot of seasons of Murder, She Wrote. And that's coming out from Universal for $140.99, which honestly is not a terrible price for like just an incredible amount of hours of TV. Like, there's so many hours of TV. And again, like, if you want more TV on Blu-ray, like, you got to kind of support some of this stuff. But very cool of Universal to do this show. Like, it was an insanely popular show in the 90s. Angela Lansbury, I remember that show on all the time. A grandma's house staple is what I like to call it. Looney Tunes Collector's Vault Volume 1 Blu-rays coming out from Warner Archive for $21.99. Gary Cooper 4-film Blu-ray collections coming out from Warner Archive for $36.99. Thelonious Monk Straight No Chasers coming out from Criterion for $27.99. A Different Man is getting a Blu-ray edition from A24 for $29.99 exclusively on the A24 shop site. Rad is getting a new Blu-ray edition, which I also think has a new documentary as well. That's coming out from Mill Creek for $39.98. The Assessment is coming out on Blu-ray from Magnolia Pictures for $16.99. Exact Revenge, The Eunuch and Deadly Knives coming out from Eureka for $27.99, which is a 2-movie collection. Hong Kong 1941 is coming out from Eureka for $24.99. And we got 5 new Kino releases coming out this week. Law and Order Blu-ray for $29.99. I Madman Blu-ray for $29.95. Sands of Kalahari coming out on Blu-ray for $29.95. Rock Pretty Baby Blu-ray coming out for $20.99. Promise Her Anything coming out on Blu-ray for $29.99. And lastly, we have The Annihilation of Fish coming out on Blu-ray from Milestone Films for $19.99. And there you have it, guys. I'm done and I am out of breath. We have gone nearly 50 minutes for the Physical Media Report, episode 268. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, drop this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we will see you next time.